Creek Day informed of what we were doing. It was one of our capstone projects that we had, Sources of Strength and Do Be Nice. Two wonderful seniors are running that project this year. So we had a few of you guys share some random acts of kindness that they did. Maybe you saw this again. We want to just encourage you guys to continue doing that throughout your year here at Raptors. My name is Sophia Bandy, and I'm serving my last 2 minutes as the SCLA Ambassador President of the Year. It has not only been a privilege, but an honor to spend my senior year in this role. I want to begin this evening welcoming our wonderful principal, Mr. Eric Finiston.
Thank you, Sophia. 6 weeks ago. 6 weeks. Class of 2027, hey, welcome. Families, welcome here tonight to Silver Creek High School. I'm Eric Finiston, I'll be your principal. And as inductees tonight, I'd like to welcome you, all of your families. And I'm incredibly grateful that you're willing to take on the challenge and the opportunity of joining the Leadership Academy in the classroom, in the school, in the community, and well beyond what you're going to learn here, you'll be able to apply. And while I can tell you that everyone from the Colorado Department of Education to school districts throughout the United States who have come and visited us, international schools from China to Germany to Ukraine have all looked at our SCLA program as an exemplar in student empowerment and also as a blueprint for cultivating leaders here. And our alumni, they speak for themselves when they can share that they serve as ambassadors at their universities, when they work for Fortune 500 companies, when they've started their own businesses, even here in Longmont, when they attend the most prestigious colleges, they've traveled worldwide, they've contributed philanthropically, and they still find the time to give back to our program, as you'll hear from one of our alums this evening. And indeed, all of you have made a great decision. And many of the student leaders that you're going to hear from tonight that are joining us were sitting in your seats not too long ago. They were right there where you are. And since that time, they've performed in our choirs, orchestras, bands. They've led the cheers at football and basketball games. They've earned AP Scholar designations, been captains of their athletic teams. Beyond that, they've been accepted in colleges now. They've earned scholarships, and they've brought joy with our annual rock, paper, scissors championships here. They've coordinated dances, helped to maintain our school culture, all the while through a pandemic. Beyond that, they've welcomed our freshmen on their first day of school. They've organized local community service projects, joined the ranks of the National Honor Society, the National Arts Honor Society, the National Technical Honor Society, the National French Honor Society. They've spoken to groups large and small about academic programming, issues that teens in our communities face. Our leaders here, they've wrote an untold amount of essays. They've explored classes from unified physical education to advanced placement, and all the while, they've enriched our school with their good deeds, their character, and their support. So for our seniors, thank you. I appreciate everything that you've done. You were here not too long ago, and certainly these are big shoes to fill on your part, class of 2027. But you too are going to do great things here at Silver Creek and well beyond. You too are going to make a positive impact within our greater Longmont community. And you too will contribute to what we've established here at Silver Creek, and you're going to be able to make it your own. You'll be handsomely rewarded for all that you provide here to our school. And when taking that next big transition away from Silver Creek here in 4 short years, you're going to reap those benefits of having been involved with an excellent program and what you put into it. And someday, you too will reflect upon the experiences that SCLA has provided you and how it has given you a competitive advantage out into the world that you inherit. So, class of 2027, as your principal, I'm thrilled to have you here. I'm grateful that you've taken this first step, and I'm grateful that you're going to help us positively shape the future at Creek and beyond. I'd like to welcome you and your families once more to the Silver Creek Leadership Academy, and at this time, I'd like to welcome our school board member, Representative Dr. Richard Martyr. Dr. Martyr has been a tremendous supporter of the Leadership Academy and our school here at Silver Creek for many years. It's my pleasure to welcome Dr. Martyr here tonight to greet you as well.
Thank you, Principal Finiston. I'm Richard Martyr, Treasurer of the St. Vrain Valley School District's Board of Education, and on behalf of the entire board, I'm here to congratulate you and to extend our best wishes for your success. You heard from Principal Fenestead some of the opportunities you have and will have in your high school career as you can explore those opportunities and grow through areas that you at this present time may not even know. I would say that we are committed as a school board and as a district to ensure that you have the support you need to be successful in any path you choose. And that's really true. And you'll learn more about that as you become freshmen and through your high school years. I have two pieces of suggestions for you to consider as you embark on this time of your high school career. The first is something that I learned as a long-term chemistry teacher, and that is that not everything that counts can be counted, and not everything you can count counts. Think about that for a moment. Not everything that counts can be counted, and not everything that you can count counts. In a world that we pride ourselves on being able to quantify and apply formulas to, it's important to keep in mind that those things in our lives that are the most important, many times those things cannot be counted. And just because you can count it doesn't mean it's important. And the second piece that I found to be useful is that I would encourage you to consider resisting the temptation to substitute rules for brains as you go through your high school career and beyond. Those are words that I've lived by, and I would encourage you to resist that temptation, because oftentimes the easy thing to do is thoughtlessly adopt a path forward based on the rules that are before you, rather than thoughtfully considering what the best path might be. So with those two suggestions for your consideration, I welcome you to the Silver Creek Leadership Academy program, and wish you every success as you go through your high school years here at the Creek. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Martyr and Mr. Fenestead. I would like to now welcome one of our SCLA graduates, Parker Nicholas, to share a message with you.
Good evening, everybody. As Sophia mentioned, my name is Parker Nicholas. I am a proud alumni of Silver Creek High School, as well as the Silver Creek Leadership Academy. Since graduating Silver Creek High School in 2018, I attended Colorado Mesa University in Grand Junction, where I studied secondary education. I graduated from there in December of last year, and then guess what? I came right back to Silver Creek as a long-term substitute. How cool is that? Okay, anyways. Upon being back at my old high school, it's needless to say I've had some time for reflection. And I want you to know that when I sit and ponder, if you will, yes, I think about my time on the basketball team, played on this very court actually. I think about the bonds that I made with my teachers. I also think about the fact that I met some really cool people during my time here. But most of all, I think about these three main lessons. Mainly because they apply to my college life. I learned that they are now being applied to my professional life. And I want to discuss these lessons with you because, quite frankly, I wish someone had told me them when I was sitting in your chair. The first lesson, and Miss A is about to tell you it sooner than later, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, and they should be used in that ratio. Notice I said you have 2 ears. I didn't mention that one of them had an AirPod in it, okay? All right? But long story short, what I'm asking you to do is listen. Don't just listen to respond, but rather listen to understand, maybe someone's idea, their perspective. Listen to learn something new, a new idea. Okay? It's this lesson that I carried with me as a student teacher, not just because I told my kids to do it, but because I tried to practice it. And let me tell you, trying to practice genuinely listening to my peers, my superiors, my colleagues, it has served me well. So I challenge you to be a leader who listens. The second lesson is have the guts to be uncomfortable. I learned that in my SCLA 9 class because, let me tell you another thing about myself, I have control issues. Also, like everybody in this room, I have weaknesses. And working in a team in SCLA 9, I learned that someone's strengths might complement my weaknesses. And I might need to lead from the back, which let me tell you, that was uncomfortable, in order for the team to succeed. And that, what now seems like such a minuscule example, enabled me to have the courage to be uncomfortable in other situations. Like when my boss asked me if I want to play rugby my sophomore year of college. For those who don't know, rugby is like the child of football and soccer. She told me it was just like basketball. So needless to say, I was uncomfortable physically, mentally, depending on the day, emotionally. But that opportunity, when I had the guts to be uncomfortable, I learned about my capability as a friend, a teammate, a leader, and an overall person. So I challenge you, I implore you to have the guts to be uncomfortable. And last but not least, similar to what Dr. Margaret was saying, your success is not your identity. I will be the first to tell you, it is so easy to get caught up in what your GPA is and trying to get the highest test score. And I can also tell you that I've sat through a plethora of job and scholarship interviews. And do you know how many times someone asked me about my GPA? Once. Do you know how many times they asked why I should be the individual to receive the job or the scholarship? Every single time. That is a question that asks for qualitative data, not quantitative. Because your GPA does not define what kind of leader you are. It does not tell them how passionate you can be, how kind you can be, how selfless. Rather, that's your character. And by no means am I saying throw your grades out the window. I love school so much I chose to stay in it my whole life, so that says something. But rather, I'm saying it's just as, if not more important, to get caught up in being a good human as it is to get caught up in the GPA game. That's my challenge to you above all. Is each and every day try to be a better human than you were the day before. Because class of 2027, you're going to do some really cool things. I can feel it. And I wish you nothing but the best in high school, SCLA, and beyond. Thank you.
All right, I would like to introduce our new SCLA Ambassador President. It has been a great honor to be serving as your SCLA President in this program. It has enriched my high school experience more than anything else has. I've made and built this effective group of student leaders, the ambassadors, and tonight I have the honor to announce Max Natius as our new president for the upcoming school year. Some words of wisdom. First off, I want to tell you that this job is going to be one of the most rewarding things that you'll get to do. You get to work with students that are equally as passionate as you are about leadership and making as positive of an impact as you are. You get to have some great laughs, especially when things don't go as planned, which may happen more often than you'd like. Secondly, I want to remember for you to use your resources. You have a great group of new ambassadors that are going to help you out every step of the way, and they're going to work extremely hard with you next year. Lean on them, ask for help. Please do not try to do it all by yourself. And lastly, I want to remind you that this job does come with some huge responsibilities, and it may seem like a lot sometimes, but it is one of the most rewarding experiences. All right. For my final act as president, please recite this pledge after me. I pledge to uphold the 6 tenets of the Silver Creek Leadership Academy to the best of my ability.
I pledge to uphold the 6 tenets of the Silver Creek Leadership Academy to the best of my ability.
I pledge to perform to the best of my ability in my respective role.
I pledge to perform to the best of my ability in my respective role.
And finally, I pledge to be a leader to all in every situation which I am presented.
And finally, I pledge to be a leader to all in every situation in which I am presented. Thank you, Sophia, for your hard work and dedication to this program. It's greatly appreciated. I am so excited to be the new president for this year. Now I'd like to give you a little history about our program. The Silver Creek Leadership Academy began back in 2009 as a focus of the Silver Creek High School. In the first year, 30 freshmen applied to be a part of the program. In May, we celebrate the 10th anniversary of that first graduating class of 2013. Currently, we have over 325 students, and tonight, you join us. We believe in creating and maintaining a successful environment where we work together to find our strengths and raise our potential. I am honored to serve you for the next year.
Our ceremony tonight includes our triangle logo, which builds our 6 leadership skills, just as we build our ability to lead little by little, small act upon small act. Tonight, the candles that we have up on this table in front of us, they signify the light that you will bring to our school, our community, and our whole world. As you strive to represent Silver Creek High School and SCLA to the best of your ability, we know that you will carry this light wherever you go, distinguishing yourself as a Raptor and as a leader.
SCLA's mission statement says, Silver Peak Leadership Academy is committed to empowering a community of leaders who are active steward in diverse and ever-changing society. Our goal is to build a community of leaders to all levels of society. To symbolize this great step of your becoming of a Raptor, we light this candle to represent our mission and remind us that we are blazing a path as this light blazes.
Now, I would like to introduce some of our fellow ambassadors who will discuss our 6 tenets of leadership: respect, teamwork, critical and creative thinking, vision, communication, and ethics. Please welcome Karis Corsall, who will begin by sharing some thoughts on respect.
Respect is a value that is often talked about but rarely truly understood. Today, I want to share with you how I learned the value and reality of respect and how it has transformed the way I view the world around me. Throughout my time at SCLA, I had the ability to be a part of many amazing volunteer projects that have taught me the real meaning of respect. Volunteering is an opportunity to give back to the community, to learn new skills, and make new connections. When we volunteer, we become part of something larger than ourselves, and we have the chance to meet people from different backgrounds and cultures. One of the most valuable experiences in my journey to understanding respect was through my time volunteering at Nepal's Chinese New Year festivals my freshman and senior years. These amazing celebrations are rich in tradition, color, and symbolism, and they offer a unique opportunity to learn about Chinese culture and traditions. Through volunteering in these festivals, I learned so much about how to respect the cultural practices, values, and beliefs of others. You can learn to appreciate the differences between your culture and theirs, and learn to find both common ground and appreciation for their amazing traditions. Additionally, meeting new people through my time at SCLA has been another crucial part of this learning process. When we meet people from different cultures and different backgrounds, we open ourselves up to new perspectives and ideas. We learn to see the world through their eyes, and we gain a deeper understanding of what makes them unique. Through this experience, we learn the value of respect, empathy, and compassion. We learn that despite our differences, we all have similar aspirations, hopes, and dreams. We learn to see the humanity in each other, and we become better humans. In conclusion, my time in SCLA has taught me the value of unconditional respect and what having respect for others truly means. By participating in the many experiences SCLA has to offer, you will learn to expand your learn to appreciate diversity, and develop the empathy and compassion necessary to make the world a better place. I'd like to welcome my friend, Lily Hurt, to share her thoughts on teamwork.
Coming together is a beginning, staying together is progress, and working together is the key to success. Good evening, class of 27, and congratulations on your acceptance into SCLA. Over the past 4 years, SCLA has not only opened numerous doors and opportunities for me, as well as helped me to discover my future career path, but it has also allowed me the ability to cultivate lifelong friendships. SCLA is built on 6 commandments, and tonight I'd like to speak with you about teamwork. I came to Silver Creek under open enrollment, and I knew hardly anyone. Yet, one of my first memories is a group project I did in my freshman year English class. The peers who collaborated with me on this project became some of my closest friends over the next 4 years. Yet, teamwork isn't encapsulated solely by group projects or the celebration of others. Instead, it is also self-accountability, conflict management, the inclusion of input, and the enjoyment of working alongside others to achieve a common goal. As you enter into SCLA, I invite you all to hold these values close to your heart and your mind. Through the next 4 years, you embark on a journey of self-discovery and also of challenges and successes. With that, I would like to congratulate you all again on your acceptance into the Silver Creek Leadership Academy. We are so excited for you all to join us and to see what you all will achieve. Next up, Maya Kaplan introduces to us our core value of critical and creative thinking.
Make the right decision, except don't think about it for too long or too hard, otherwise you'll end up right back at the wrong one. While deciding to become a member of SCLA may have been one of your first decisions involving high school, it certainly will not be the last. While I'm in no way qualified to tell you what determines a good decision, I thought I'd share a few tips and tricks I learned along the way. During the end of my sophomore year of high school, I had just become an ambassador, and my first event was the freshman retreat. It's still one of my favorites to this day. I remember in our group, the focus was to make an activity circuit that could apply to COVID boundaries. And plan I did. Plan and plan and plan. And yet, it still fell apart. My logistical transitions between escape rooms and hula hoops were 2 minutes too long, and it turns out not everyone finds spike ball as amusing as our ambassador team does. The tedious hours of critical thinking had all been for nothing. My next project was junior year in community leadership when I was working on my mini capstone. We had decided we wanted to work in an elementary school and integrate movement into the curriculum. And yet, rather than me sticking to my typical type A self, I decided to let the rules fly out the window. Rather than plan everything in advance, the strategy was to create on the go and hope we could adapt to the situation. And we hoped everything would work out. As you can probably guess, once again it didn't. It wasn't until my senior capstone that it felt like I finally had a grasp on how to execute a project. After years of watching and learning, it had finally become my time. And while of course there had been bumps and bruises along the way, overall I'm really proud of the things I've done. And that is hugely in part due to the lessons I've learned in decision making these past 4 years. The big 6th pillar I've elected to talk about tonight is critical and creative thinking, because without learning the importance of integrating the two into your decision-making processes, I would not be where I am today. Next up, I welcome senior Abby Freya to share her thoughts on vision.
Vision is about creativity, goal setting, and ideas, but more importantly, it's about the future. SCLA taught me not just to be a problem solver, but to solve my problems by creating my own solutions. It also taught me the challenges and the importances of creativity and looking at challenges as opportunities. Creativity can find innovative ways to tackle challenges and achieve goals, and it's important for learning and growing. Using creativity to solve problems means coming up with ideas for your own solutions instead of following a set procedure. Vision means setting goals for yourself and taking the steps to ensure accomplishments for your future. By creating goals, you can create your own path and make your own visions become a reality. SCLA was one of the first steps in my goals. It taught me many of the important skills I have today that have been helpful in developing the path I'm creating for myself. This year, I've had to do a lot of thinking about what I want my future to look like. Over the past few years, I've discovered a lot of different interests and changed my mind countless times about what possible careers I want. Between marine biology, criminology, and my parents' favorite, musical theater, it's been impossible to choose just one. So why make myself? No one ever said that I had to limit myself to one specific path, and never be allowed to change my mind. So in the following years after I graduate, I decided to double major in criminology and theater, and who knows where I'll go after that. Knowing what you want your future to look like takes a lot of vision, creativity, and inspiration, and it can also take a lot of time. It can be difficult to set goals for yourself without knowing what you want your future to look like, but by continuing to approach challenges with vision, always staying creative, and never holding back your ideas, your future will come to you. I am excited to introduce Alexa Gore to the podium to share how she's used her communication skills during high school.
Communication is one of those easy concepts to grasp. It's one of the skills that everyone must learn in their life, otherwise you might be perceived as the weird person that kind of just stares at everyone. They might be really nice, but you wouldn't define them as a leader. Obviously, you must know how to communicate a little, seeing as you are now part of SCLA, and you are on your way to becoming an even better leader yourself. You still have a lot to learn, so let me give you one piece of advice I learned from my dad, one of the most important leaders in my life. You have to have the hard conversations in person. Communication is not always as easy as telling someone that you're on the way or where to meet you for dinner. Oftentimes, you are communicating about something that is difficult to bring up. I used to play competitive softball, and a couple of years ago, I made the decision to play for another team. As much as I would have liked to break it to my coach in a short text that I was making this decision, maybe adding a couple of emojis to soften the blow, my dad knew that was not the way to go about it. Going into this conversation, I could feel the weight on my shoulder, and I knew he wouldn't be happy to hear the news. After the conversation, he thanked me for having told him in a timely manner and face-to-face. Sure, he was not bouncing up and down in happiness, because I chose not to do this over an emoji-filled text, but he respected my decision and the fact that I did it in person. In my experience, the outcome is always better when you have the hard conversations in person. Don't go expecting a reward or a thank you when you have these conversations, but leave knowing your actions show the true character of a leader. So, future leaders of SCLA, class of 2027, listen to my advice, and I promise you're one step closer to becoming an even better leader and an even better person. Wrapping up our thoughts on the Big Six is Senior Luke Jacobson.
When I sat in your seats in the spring of 2019, I did not know what ethics were. Little did I know, ethics defines the Silver Creek Leadership Academy. The definition of ethics is a set of moral principles. And ethics are the little decisions that you make every day to get you here. Over time, those small decisions become your ethical morals, and those are the most important skill to have in SCLA. Almost everything we say and do requires some degree of ethics. Working through this program has taught me how to have a strong set of ethics. I use ethics every day, both in and out of class. In my case, ethics has been as simple as treating people nicely and helping them when I can. But in SCLA, some of those examples have been volunteering at events, speaking, and doing my part whenever I can. Recently, I was asked to be part of my school's Lunar New Year planning committee, and at first, I wasn't very happy about this, because I thought it was going to be a lot of work, and it was. But my ethics kept me going. And by the end of it, it felt really fulfilling. However, even on the day of, it felt like I wasn't prepared. It was a really stressful event, and people kept not showing up. But when the going got tough, I listened to my ethics. I learned that even though it was a lot, it was going to be very rewarding. Ethics have also played a large role in my capstone project. There have been many times when my capstone maybe hasn't gone to plan, but I've needed to listen and respect what others have thought. Ethics is crucial to succeeding in Silver Creek Leadership Academy. While every aspect of the Big Six is important, ethics are especially important, as is the foundation for everything else. I challenge each of you throughout high school and further on to build a credible and good set of ethics. Thank you.
As we light this final candle, can we get another round of applause for all my senior classmates? So again, this is our last event as ambassadors, but thank you for all the work that you guys have put in for the past few years, and especially this year with me.
Class of 2027, are you ready to become official members of SCLA tonight? Tonight, as you are read into the program and you walk across the stage, you will receive a card. Mason Agena. Megan Battery. Olivia Baker. Cora Ballingham. Connor B. Short. Callie Bowen. Morgan Boyd. Indica Brown. Parker Brown. Ellie Bueller. Connor Calkins. True Campbell. Quentin Coleman. Aiden Dancy.
Michaela Holloman. Evelyn Knapp. Tate Kostelecki. Hong Chair Lim. Sarah Longnecker. Braden Makia. Tyler Madrid. Isabella McGee. Story McMurtry. Devin Melton. Corby Mescal. Wyatt Mills. Asher Myers. Travis Myers. Brooklyn Olivier.
Mackenzie Pauls. Brooklyn Palzer. Samuel Pendergast. Sarah Pylon. Gabrielle Robinson. Ziva Robinson. Alex Schultz. Ayla Seagal. Brody Simpson. Nemesia Stahl. Megan Steiner. Alia Stern-Munoz. Michelle Tang. Keisha Vigil Rabu. Tammy Vo. Elliot Welch. Avery White.
All right, guys, we're so close to being fully official SCLAers. All right, will you please all stand for me and repeat the Silver Creek Leadership Academy pledge after me? You ready? I pledge to be a committed member of the Silver Creek Leadership Academy. I will honor and demonstrate each day at every opportunity, the leadership tenets of respect, vision, and teamwork, critical and creative thinking, communication and ethics. I will positively impact my school, my community, and my world. Alrighty, congratulations you all. You are now It is now my honor to welcome the wonderful Miss Adams to share some final thoughts with you. Let's take a little picture. Wait, I want a selfie with you guys. I don't know if that's cringy to do now, but let's get a picture.
They have social media assignments for their capstone project, so she's all on that. What a great evening. I am so excited to be here with you tonight. And again, one more big round of applause for not only our seniors, but our other new ambassadors that are here. Can we have a round of applause? Miss Norris, will you stand? Miss Norris is our assistant principal, and she not only is the magician that is in charge of your schedule, she's a great supporter of our program, and we are so grateful to have her. I understand there are cupcakes in the hallway, so I will be brief with you. This is going to be awkward. Okay. We'll make it awkward. I love traveling. I love going anywhere. If you just said, Carrie, would you like to go on a trip? I wouldn't even ask you where it was. I would say, you know, pants or shorts or swimsuit or coat. I love traveling. I love experiencing new cultures. I love eating new foods. I love meeting new people. I love everything about traveling. It is so fascinating to me. One thing I especially love about traveling is trains. You know, we have clickers. I just want you to know that we do actually have technology at our school. It, just was not working. So just be aware that we understand what the technology is, it's just not working. When you're like, they make clickers, yeah. We know that, thank you, we just didn't work. Anyway, I love trains. I think trains are super cool. Because we live in Colorado, we don't really have trains, and I love it's so cool to sit down and read a book and go to the little food place on the train and look out the window. I love trains. I think they're super cool. And another part about trains is this. Schedules. They're like crazy. You look at a schedule, and if you look at that, and obviously math comes in really handy right here. And then another piece of that, like picture that in like Polish or some other thing. And I just love that. I love that experience, and I love trying to figure everything out about trains when I'm traveling. Something you will always see when you're on trains everywhere around there is signs everywhere that say "Mind the Gap." And if you're from Colorado and you don't ride trains very often, you may wonder what "Mind the Gap" means. But the minute you're standing there watching someone get on a train and you watch them drop their phone or their keys in between the platform and the train, you understand what the word "mind the gap" means. And then sometimes you'll see even things that are worse than that, where you'll see somebody who's not really paying attention to their kid, and their kid starts to fall in between the train and the platform, and suddenly it's not just an inconvenience, it's kind of dangerous. So today and tonight I want to challenge you to do this. I want to talk to you about the gaps in your own life. I want you to mind the gap for the next 4 years. I want you to think about the gaps in your life, and I'm going to share a couple of gaps that I see. I see gaps in the classroom when a teacher is talking and when it's an opportunity for kids to interact with each other and someone is on their iPad playing a game. And I know none of you ever do that, so we're in good shape for next year. I see gaps in when we are maybe wanting to be nice people and we're not very kind, and we're not very kind on social media, or we're not very thoughtful. In those times, there are gaps of who we think we are, or who we want to be, and how we actually behave. And so, throughout the year, I want you to think about the gaps in your life. I want you to think about where you are now, and where you'd like to go on that train here in the next 4 years. And I want you to think about those gaps that are keeping you from achieving your goals. And you may think that there aren't very many of them, but they pop up. They catch us off guard sometimes. So we have to be vigilant of the gaps in our life from where we are and where we'd like to be. So I challenge you tonight to put that little pin card that has a train on it, and someone said, are you going to talk about like the little engine that could? Are you going to say like, I think I can? That was good. I didn't think of that. But anyway, put that pin card where you see it, and I want you to look at it. I want you to think about that, where it says mind the gap. I want you to take that moment every day to say, I'm going to pay attention to where I am and where I want to go, and how I need to do that, because that's what leaders do. Leaders look for ways to be the best people they can be and where they can get to where they would like to go. So tonight, I'm going to encourage you to enjoy the journey. It's going to be so much fun together. We are going to have amazing scenery. We're going to have memories. We're going to eat great food. We're going to have a lot of fun together. There's going to be some tears. There's going to be some struggles. There's going to be some lost luggage and probably some jet lag around the way. But the good, the bad, the ugly, that's what makes travel amazing. And that's what makes your journey through high school amazing. So class of 2027, let us mind the gap together as we embark on the most excellent journey. And I leave you with the words of Bill and Ted speaking about their most excellent journey. This should be most triumphant. We would like to thank you for being part of our induction ceremony. We are very excited to have you join not only Silver Creek Leadership Academy, but be part of the Raptor family, to be part of Raptor Nation. Please take a second and vote on our retreat dates. We have a couple of dates up there. There's a QR code. Please take a moment to do that. Please enjoy cupcakes in the hallway. And thank you so much for being here. We are excited to have you. Thank you.